want to give you your flowers for
Thank
the
you.
performance that you. Yeah.
I did have a question for you, really quickly. I'm so Toonami, kind of my thing. Sailor Moon was definitely on that. Rock with that heavy. But I know I watched some of it, but I don't remember too much. So
Yeah.
kind of for like the male demographic, which obviously I would imagine Sailor Moon trends more female demographic. What would be your pitch?
I know some I know some guys who are really into Sailor Moon. One of my closest friends.
That's why I said it like that. That's why
he said Sailor Moon can be
cover
Goku.
my bases.
I want to
Sailor
know
Moon can be Goku.
Yeah, that's the debate.
Sailor Mars can be Goku. I don't know about Sailor Moon and her little heart magic. She needs us. Okay, I'm just saying. She's like, I'm the hero of the show, but she needs her like Sailor Jupiter's got thunder and lightning and flowers.
Ooh,
Mars
make
got
that
fire.
debate happen. We need that debate.
Mars and Jupiter could probably take Goku. I don't know about Sailor Moon by herself without her girls. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. Yeah. So what would be your pitch? That sounds like a pretty good pitch right there. Like to convince the male demographic or those males that don't watch.
So I will say it's definitely got a more like, feminine vibe to it. There's a lot of comedy in the show. So if you like the comedy aspects of like Naruto and like Dragon Ball Z and all that stuff, I think you might enjoy. There's a lot of comedic moments, especially in the Viz dub, which is what we did. So basically there was the 90s version of the show that came out and there's a Canadian dub. And it was the 90s, so they weren't allowed to say as much and they had to censor a lot of things. So in our version that came out in 2014, we were able to kind of actually be free and like tell the jokes as they were originally intended. So there's like moments where like it gets a little risque, not crazy risque, but like, like little, I don't know, why am I being like, oh, y'all are pervs? Basically, I'm like, to get guys to watch, I'm like, there's some panty shots.
It's Japanese culture.
My one of my favorite moments in Sailor Moon was cut from the original version because they couldn't say it at the time. Not my favorite moment, as in like a meaty moment. It was just a favorite joke, or one of them. It was like they were trying to argue which of the girls should play Snow White in the play. And, the smart one was like, I should play her because I need to study and this character doesn't require me to learn lines, so it'd be easy. And then the other one was like, blah, blah, blah. I'm the prettiest. And my character said, well, in the original dub, she said, I should play Snow White because I got the most talent. And there was like a boing sound effect or whatever. And I was just like, it went over my head as a kid because they were trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
Actually says, which we got to say in the dub, was like, I should play Snow White because I've got the biggest boobs.
Oh, snap.
Like, what? And she's like, want to compare measurements? So it's like, there's some stuff like that. But it's also, if you like action, each of the girls has like a cool different power. You've got like, there's like love and friendship, but you got like lightning, like Jupiter, Thunder, Dragon. Like that's some cool shit. Sorry, my life's fair. If not,
you can.
I'm demonetized.
Yeah, I know a few dudes who like Sailor Moon.
Yeah, I'm surprised when I go to cons, the number of guys who come up to my table and I think they're gonna want something from Boruto, and they're like, nah, Sailor Moon. My sister made me look.
That's why I'm saying, like, I got it for my sister. My sister watched it.
I always remember liking it, and of course, Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter, So we might get the author of Sailor Moon finishing one of my favorite series of all time, Hunter x Hunter. So
really, I didn't know she was still writing stuff.
Potentially,
yeah. Because
something I heard.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You never know. So, it's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but if something happens with him, I think it was said that she knew the story, so she could finish the Hunter x Hunter story.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
So, what other characters have you voiced that's like popular?
So in the Danganronpa, for people who know, it was a video game and then it became an anime. I'm in the video game version. I play Junko Enoshima and Toko Fukawa. For the people who know the game, those are reasonably big characters, but I don't want to spoil anything. But those are really fun to play, and they're both crazy. So I feel like I got typecast. They're like, "Oh, you're crazy. You can play these characters."
Nice.
There's a show on
too.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What did you say?
Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted. I was just Gundam Ironborn Orphans.
Yeah, I play Ride Mass or whatever. Like he's a little ginger kid. There's a lot of like little like one-off or whatever episodes I was in. I was in like an episode or two of Sword Art Online. I was in.
Oh, you played on Sword Art Online?
Yeah, so I mean, I was
Wow.
my character's name was Julier. She had this weird her bangs were cut a little too high.
Oh,
But
I know you're talking about. Okay.
she's like silver haired, and she's in like 2 episodes maybe. But this is not an anime, but it's probably my favorite project I ever worked on. It was a show called Kid Cosmic, and it's on Netflix. And
Oh, I saw in one of your interviews you talked about that. Yeah.
It's really good. It's like from the guy who created Powerpuff Girls, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh, nice.
You got me with Powerpuff Girls.
Craig McCracken?
Craig McCracken. So like it's got that comedy where it's like kids will find it funny, but adults will find it hilarious at times where you're like, that went right over the kids' heads, but I got it.
Nice.
But it's also got a lot of heart. And it was his first time doing a show that was like episodic, where like the actions of the last episode have an effect on the next one and the next one, and the story builds. And there's like, it's my favorite thing that I've done, I think. And it was, I mean, I love Sailor Moon, I love Boruto, but like this was cool because it was my chance to originate a character for animation.
Of course.
Can you give me the name of that show one more time?
It's called Kid Cosmic, and it's on Netflix. And it was a great show. We had 3 seasons of it, but I feel like Netflix didn't really promote it as well or something. Like I just a lot of shows get buried.
It's still on there though?
Yeah.
I might tap in.
Yeah, I think if you like Powerpuff Girls, if you like that genre, it's a good show, and it's got heart, but also a lot of comedy, but actually pretty good action. And yeah,
I'll take that recommendation. Which one is your favorite that you played before? Your absolute favorite?
Favorite like character? Or?
Yeah, which character is your favorite that you voiced? Let's say that.
Of all the ones I've done.
Yeah.
I mean, it varies for different reasons, but I might still say Joe from Kid Cosmic. Or are you saying anime wise?
No, it doesn't.
No, either one.
I think Joe mainly because I got to create that character from scratch. Like with original animation, they base the animation off of you and your performance, and you get to if you do an improv and they like it, you get to it gets to be in the show. Whereas anime, you're having to kind of put your voice onto a pre-existing
I get what you're saying.
Performance. Like the emotions are already there on the character's face, so you don't really get to dictate what they do. So here it was very cool because
you have more creative control.
You get some creative freedom, and I can like go to the writer, and like Craig was in the room for a lot of sessions, and I'd be like, hey, like what do you think about this? And so it was a really fun experience. And also when you go to Netflix, they always have things dubbed into other languages, so it's the first time that I can go to Netflix and the other actors had to dub to me. There's like a Japanese voice actor, so there's a French voice actress, like they're all trying to sound like me. I'm like,
nice. I did have one question for her. So I was curious about